pollution. The pollution haven literature has posited that when developing countries trade with the West, that we, the West, send them our dirty industries. That would predict we should see a positive coefficient on FDI. But what we believe is going on here is those cities that are attracting more foreign direct investment are modernizing. And it probably is also correlated with human capital flowing into that city. The other variable I want to show you is income and income squared. In those, notice the concave relationship. We're finding that in the richest cities in China, further economic development means greener cities. And this is back to this environmental Kuznets curve literature. So we're trying to do a statistical analysis of the performance of Chinese cities. I want to say some points about urban planning. For major Asian cities, what are the opportunities and challenges for achieving green growth? So in the transportation sector, we know that Asia's cities, that billions of cars are being bought. Folks, China has passed Euro 4 standards for new vehicles. And so emissions per mile could go down very sharply now that the new vehicles will reach Europe's emission standards. Only a nation that's getting richer can achieve that. With respect to industry, getting ready for the 2008 Beijing Olympics, the central government made Beijing's dirty industries leave Beijing. There's a very interesting issue of how urban planning in Asian cities, will it move the dirtiest industries away from population centers? From a public health point of view, we want dirty activity to occur in rural areas. If your goal is to minimize population exposure, we shouldn't be nuclear testing in Los Angeles. Just common sense. We see in Asia's cities a decentralization of dirty activity, shutting down industry in highly populated areas and moving it to other cities. I call this the domestic pollution haven effect, that in the rich superstar cities of Beijing and Shanghai, you will see less industrial activity. It is true that in those cities that attract the dirty industries, that pollution will rise there. There's a philosophical question. If there's one dirty factory, would a social planner prefer that it be in a less populated area? There'd be fewer victims exposed. And so we can come back to that. The power sector. Right now, China heavily relies on coal to make much of its electricity, and the demand for electricity is huge. Burning coal creates both local air pollution issues and greenhouse gas emissions. But if China makes progress at renewable power, wind and solar, there's the possibility of swapping